How a high value woman avoids the trap of desperation and elevates herself to live her best life. Hi, my name is Unique Subanda and I am your online dating coach as well as your style concierge here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we live with so many videos throughout the week and helping you elevate your game, helping you really level up to new heights and new levels. So I am here today. I'm talking about how we can avoid the the desperation thing, when we start to get to the spaces and places and times where we start to be desperate, and we avoid all of that. So let's actually talk about what gets us into those places of being desperate. So say you've been online dating for a while, not meeting a lot of men that are the kind of men that you want to meet, having been ghosted, having to deal with high investment, low investment, and then it all crushes and it all get mixed in. Just literally having to deal with all these kind of men can be annoying. Can we say that, right? It can be frustrating. It can lead us to a point where we meet a decent guy and you know what, he'll do. Like literally we'll be like, he'll do, because I'm just tired, right? And I know we've all been there. Like, look, we have all been there. Let's not even try and make it a plaything. We have all been there. But before I go into today's topic, how about you like and you subscribe, share this with a friend, and definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments, just agree with me in the comment section, because we've all been there, right? So really, I'm just going to be talking about what desperation looks like to a high value masculine man, and how we can avoid that, and just desperation in general. So basically the thing with desperation, it just has this smell about it, this sniff. I call it a stench, really. And listen, I've been there. Like, I'm telling you, I've been so there, where you're so desperate that you would literally just be with anyone just for the sake of peace, of your peace of mind when it comes to aunties, of your peace of mind when it comes to a community, of your peace of mind when it comes to your friends, because all your friends are married off. As long as he behaves in public, whatever, we'll just take whatever comes. But the problem with that is desperation is not really something that you can see on the outside. It's more about on the inside. It's about the patterns that we've allowed to play in our lives. It really takes us back to what we have conditioned ourselves to deem as acceptable, right? So it comes from a place where either you've been rejected with your story when it comes to dating, whether it's online, meeting in person, where you have a string of men who are just ghosting you. It's really an energetic thing. And I know we talk about that a lot on this channel, about being aware of your energy, being aware of what you're putting out there. So desperation is not necessarily just one thing. It's like, oh no, I need to do this on time. It comes from a space where, one, it's a space of lack, where you haven't seen enough to quantify or to qualify you wanting more, right? So when you haven't seen enough good relationships, you don't have a point of reference, right? When you come from a place where everyone around you is literally scampering around to find what they can, and especially when we've been in our masculine energy, when we've been go and really wanting to get this kind of man, like this is what I want, and they're not getting it. Desperation comes from that space of lack, where you haven't seen, or you don't have the evidence, or really that it just seems like it's hard to get a real good man, right? And that is the prevailing atmosphere that sometimes we allow ourselves to live in. We forget that we come from a space of abundance. There is always an abundance of wealth. There is always an abundance of what we want on this planet. There is never any lack. And that is where that is the shift that we need to have within our energy, within ourselves, so that we're able to avoid that trap of desperation. So the reason why it's a trap is because it gets you to think that there is not enough. It gets you to think that I am not enough. It gets you to think that I could never have what I want. And believe you me, there have been times where, and we're human, there are times where you'll get to that point like, does this man even exist? Even as a man, you'd ask yourself, does this woman even exist? So this is where the whole thing of desperation allows us to come from a place where we don't think our needs would ever be met, which is how then a high value woman kind of turns that around by switching and allowing herself to have her needs met, by allowing her needs to be known, first of all. And this is where we get into the courses that we provide here on the Black Swan Relationship Academy, namely the Soulmate Attraction System, where we really delve deep into what are your core needs. How do you love you? Because we cannot expect the world to love us when we don't know how to love ourselves, right? Self-love sometimes is given a bad name because it's thought to be selfish, but the truth of it is, if you do not know in yourself how to experience love and abundance, how can you expect it from someone else? How can you expect a high value masculine man to come into your life and provide you with this abundance that you don't even know about? You wouldn't even recognize it. If it came right next to you and sat next to you, you wouldn't recognize it, right? So that is what we're saying about how a high value woman makes sure she knows what her needs are, right? And is able to meet them herself, is able to know how they can be met, is able to know how to expect for them to show up. We literally go through different scenarios, and we kind of know that when we do our 5 core needs, it's just minimum, like minimum. I have to be patient with myself because I expect others to be patient with me. I have to be on time for my own appointments with myself in order to expect others to be on time with me. I cannot accept you being 30 minutes late without telling me. If I cannot accept that from you, it means I should not be able to accept it with myself. Then that is how it translates. So when we are able to give ourselves the love and the kind of energy that we want to surround ourselves with, we are in charge of the one thing. Like the one thing that we are really in charge of is ourselves, our emotions, how they're fed, how our needs are met. We're in charge of our environment, our immediate environment. We're in charge of the scents we put around ourselves. I love candles and I love flowers. I love a home that smells good, that looks good to me, and that's for me. I love to look good. I love to switch up my hair every now and then and look at the mirror and go, girl, you high value woman, you. And I do that for myself, not because I am trying to attract a high value masculine man to look at me and for him to say those things to me. It's because my body and my mind and my spirit are so used to hearing it from myself, they will gladly accept it from someone else. So therefore I avoid the need to hear it from other people, because I hear it from myself all the time, girl. I literally do. And it may seem a little bit self-centered. And that is what we've been taught. The truth of it, self-love is really, really the art of loving. That is the truest form of loving, because you cannot hide from yourself. You know your flaws, you know your things that you do. When you learn to accept all of that and love yourself, then you're able to accept the love from someone else. And you know, even as a believer, you are then able to accept the love of Christ. You're able to accept the love, depending on whatever faith you belong to, you're able to accept love from someone else. Even the word says, you know, love your neighbor as you love yourself. For you to experience loving your neighbor and being able to give love to your neighbor, you need to know what that's like as you love yourself, right? Not to go too deep into that kind of topic, and so I don't veer off as I normally do and end up not answering your question. All I'm saying is, just a high value woman innately will avoid desperation, because she is about her purpose. She's about her life. She's about getting her best life together so that she doesn't have to look for it elsewhere. She's able to know what that looks like, right? And the thing is that as we grow older, unfortunately, we have this ticking clock. You know, as women, our biological clocks stop at a certain point and we're not able to have children anymore. Thank God for that, right? Because can you imagine if we're giving birth till the age of 90? Good Lord. You know, at some point, we need to get into our 40s, 50s, get through the whole menopause thing and just enjoy life and not have to worry about having to raise children and start to enjoy our grandchildren if we have any, and that kind of thing. And because this is when even our own bodies, you cannot be chasing after a toddler, you know, it becomes a little bit more like your bones are not, you know, that well oiled for you to be running after them. So thank God that our body clock gives us that time to stop having babies. And I know sometimes we may be wanting children so much so that we're willing to just take whatever man is in our surroundings, because you know what, at the end of the day, all we need is just a donor, right? And we end up accepting whatever is on offer, when really at the end of the day, what you wanted was to live your best life. So the thing with being high value is that you avoid the desperation by understanding that, you know what, there's chances to adopt, there's chances to do other things, and you never know who you're going to meet. You might meet a gentleman who already has children who are grown, or in ages where you are able to just be a mother to them. So sometimes we may be so desperate to want one thing, and we want it to come in such a certain way, that we forget to have the journey. We forget to live our best life. Like, honestly, at this age, I've thought about it. I've always said I've always wanted another child. But the more I gain in age, I realize that, you know what, it may not be necessarily a physical child, but it could be a business. It could be something that I just put my energy into and grow it with someone. It could literally just be, you know, looking after my man's children. It could be anything. It could, I have to open up myself to the possibilities of what could happen, because when I stay in this whole mode, I want a child that I have given birth to myself, it means that then I will literally accept whatever is around me just to fulfill that one goal, and I lose sight of the purpose and the plan that God may have for me in other things. Like the beauty of setting goals and setting this ideal life that we love is that we set a goal over there and we allow God to allow it to unfold in the way it should unfold. It's like we can't be that meticulous that we are planning every step, because there's certain things that we don't have control over, right? So yes, our body clocks are ticking, but this is the time to enjoy your life, ladies. This is the time to say, yes, I want a child, but I will allow God to bring that child to me however it comes, in a way that is beneficial to all, in a way that is beneficial to me, that is beneficial to the man that I will meet, this high value masculine man, and is also beneficial to the child that I want to have, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to have a child with someone that won't even be there for you, that won't even be present. So as we're vetting, those are the things that we're looking out for. And back to the other thing of desperation also robs you of quality of life. Desperation robs you because you're busy comparing what someone has over there instead of what you have over here, which is abundance of life, abundance of anything and everything that you could ever create. And the reason I say a high value woman avoids the trap of desperation, and then what she does is she elevates herself to have her best life, and she creates her best life, because everything that comes to her will then come in abundance. Because the thing about abundance, Abundance and lack can't be in the same space, right? It's two opposite sides of the track. So we have to choose which journey we want to go on. Do you want to go on the abundance journey over here? Or you want to stay in lack over here, where you're desperate, where you're taking on pretty much anything that comes your way? But we don't want to do that, do we? No, we want to go over there where it's abundant. So to kind of wrap up this whole thing, how a high value woman avoids the trap of desperation and levels up to live her best life is in this focusing on the life you have and creating what you want to see in it. Do not wait for a man to come into your life to create a life that you want to have. Go about your mission, go about your purpose, go about getting the house, get that car, girl, get that job. Get what you need to get. Go getting, you know? Get what you need to have a life that is surrounding you with beauty. Surround yourself, and at times it's not even the material things. So once you've got the material things, now check your heart. Do you have the love that you want around yourself? Surround yourself with friends that actually do things that you love with them. Surround yourself with energy that wants to be in the same space with you, right? And then that way you are encouraging yourself to start seeing the abundance in your life. Have an air of gratitude around you as well, because this allows you to then focus on what you have around you. It allows you to focus on the beauty of being present in the moment, because desperation will rob you of your future because you're thinking you need now, yet everything is already laid out for you to receive and to live your best life. So in the meantime, you take care of you, and I'm gonna see you on another video. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, you know, all the comments are there. Also, you could book your discovery call with me, yours truly, Unique Savannah, your style concierge and online dating coach here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. And let's talk about how you want to level up on this journey. You can definitely do the soulmate attraction system with me. And look, I can help you level up in so many different ways, whether it's your mind, your body, and your spirit, your style, all of that. We can talk about that during our sessions. We also have the Talk It Through packages, which are running out very shortly, I'm afraid, where you can just do it with the soulmate attraction system, or do it separately as just a 3-hour session that you book with any one of us coaches. And then we can literally just go down into that lane with you and help you build your best life. There is so much happening here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. I'm so excited. I can't wait, because the way we are shifting and moving things is really going to benefit you so much that you're not going to want to leave, honey. You're going to want to stay here. But for now, let me not spoil the surprise, because Chenki will be coming on one of these videos during this week to let you know what's going down. Anyway, you have yourselves an amazing week, and I will see you tomorrow when we come with a little bit of style, girl. We're coming to zhuzh up your wardrobe or something like that. And I will see you on another video, most probably tomorrow. You take care of you. Beautiful swans, I bid thee farewell. Mwah.